Hello, love. Hello. So, I want to share a message with you today. I probably look a mess. It's kind of early. I had my bonnet on and just took it off and came down here. Obviously, I brushed my teeth and stuff this morning. But, anyways, it's me. How you doing? All right, so I wanted to share a quick message with you because I am in the process of reading this book called Worthy by my spiritual leader, Shannon Yvette. And when I tell you that this book has enlightened my mind in so many ways when it comes to feeling worthy and having high self-esteem and self-worth, it's also helping me understand some of the people that are in my life, why they operate and act like they do. Because for me, I have pretty high self-esteem, and I have confidence in myself. And so when I see someone who doesn't, I kind of don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense. So as I'm reading the book, I'm understanding, right? So I want to read a quick passage of what she wrote because it was like, ooh, you know what I mean? I think that a lot of people can use this knowledge or whatever. And if you don't have the book, go on Amazon and get it. It's Worthy by Shannon Yvette. So I'm going to read it. And this is for everyone who struggles with worthiness, who struggles with self-love, who thinks they really love people. But what I've learned and know that until you truly love and accept you and who you are and your fullness, the totality of you, you can't really love other people. You think you do, but it's really not love. So let me read this passage to you really quick. It says, self-worth is the value we possess as human beings. Self-esteem is the anchor that directs that value. The person with low self-value cannot be in a loving, healthy partnership with people, life, or themselves. When the lens we see ourselves through is distorted, our quality of life is diminished. That's not it. Hold on. Listen a little bit further. We cannot love others with complete freedom when we suffer from low self-esteem because we process experiences through a self-centered view. When you lack love for yourself, you are self-centered. You are all about you. You out here hurting people's feelings, and you're saying, basically thinking it's kind of okay that you do that because in your mind, you've made up reasons why it's okay for you to do what you've done. You have a story and excuse, and for you, your excuse makes sense. So people who lack self-worth are usually self-centered. Let me finish reading. We attach additional meaning to the words of others. We take things personally. We open ourselves up to paranoid thoughts and self-accusations. We live from our triggers instead of our truth. We strive to perform. We people please to earn our worthiness. We cannot just rest and receive the love of other people. We trying to get them to love us instead of just sitting back and allowing them to love us. We are continuously striving to prove our worth. We can become addicted to approval of others. While pleasing others may help ease doubts temporarily, we eventually return to the internal thermostat of our sense of worth. And so this is why I always say to you, it is important to love yourself. And love yourself does not mean going out getting your nails done. It means getting therapy. It means healing your heart. Confidence, for me, when people always say you have confidence, I see you have confidence. But if you don't realize, confidence has nothing to do with how beautiful I am, how I look. It's my internal person. It's the soul work that I've done on my soul. It is me going through the trauma that I went through and learning that I can't keep letting the trauma that I go through affect my relationships with people. And that's including myself. When I didn't love me, I allowed people to use me, abuse me, disrespect me, mistreat me. I mistreated myself. And when I mean mistreat yourself, I'm talking negative about myself. Oh, I don't like my body. Why would I do that? That was a bad decision. Why would I say that? That sounded stupid. Constantly, my own sanctuary, my own home within me, I wasn't safe for me. So if I'm not even safe for my own self, how the hell can somebody else be safe for me? Or how can I create healthy and boundaries with other people? So the woman that I became today came because I learned how to have self-worth for me. I have to live in this home, my body. So which means because I have to live here, I have to make sure that I take care of it better than anybody else. That is creating boundaries with people. That is letting go of toxic mindsets and people in my life that are not good for me. I thought they were good for a season until I realized that they are no longer good for me. I have to let you go and I have to move on. And as much as it hurts, it doesn't mean I don't love that person anymore. It just means that I know that the love I have for you is killing me. Therefore, I have to move on. I forgive whatever you've done for me. I appreciate the times that may have spent together or whatever the case may be, but I gotta let you go. Letting go is a part of life. Moving on as you're elevating and as you grow and you realize that people you thought that was supposed to be in your life your entire life wasn't supposed to. And so I'm getting on here, and I don't want to go too much further into this. I'm almost 6 minutes in. Is that just to let you know that when you find yourself harming others, when you find yourself making it okay in your mind when you're disrespectful, when you do things to people that you know isn't right, when you're making selfish decisions, realizing that that selfish decision has nothing to do with the person you're doing it for or nothing to do with the person you're doing it against. It has everything to do with your low self-worth and your low self-value and your distorted view of how you see yourself, that you are willing to kill yourself. And I don't mean physical death, I mean internal death, I mean mind death, I mean going back to poison, even though you know the poison is killing you, but I'm gonna keep on doing it because it feels good temporarily. When you find yourself in those positions, you need to seek therapy. Did you hear me? You have to seek therapy, because that's not going to go away. Because in your mind, it's okay. In your mind, you're fine. In your mind, it makes sense, the story that you made up on why you keep doing what you're doing. Well, I'm doing it because I really love them, and I'm doing it because because I can't leave them alone, and I don't want to, and I want to make sure they're all right, and I don't want to, you people pleasing, and I got to make sure they're good. For what? For what? God took those people out of your life for a reason, and yet you keep going back to that same poison over and over again. Why? Why? Why do you value yourself so low that you feel like you have to keep going back to something that you know no longer serves you, that you know is not healthy for you, that you know is diminishing everything that God has for you, for your destiny? You keep going back to the past pig pen and not seeking the kingdom that God has for you in your present and in your future. For what? Because you don't value yourself and you don't love yourself. Go find the therapist that you need to seek out help. Go find the coach that you need to seek out help, because you're not doing it because you're just a horrible person. You're doing it because you don't value and you don't love yourself. You're doing it because you have unhealed pain and unhealed trauma that you refuse to work on. I'm telling you right now that if you don't work on that thing, you will kill the destiny that God has for you. If you don't work on that thing, you will keep going back to poison and keep killing yourself eternally. And the more you keep going back to that poison, the more it's going to keep on killing you, a little bit more inside, a little bit more inside, and you'll keep working hard, and then as soon as you tap back into it again, you'll go right back down to the pig's pen, because that's what the enemy wants for you. And as long as you keep letting the enemy win, and as long as you keep letting the enemy have your heart and have your emotions and have your mind, you will never be able to seek out and be the woman or the man that God called you to be. So get help, my love. Get the help that you need. Start reading the Bible, start praying and asking God to save you. Repent for whatever it is that you need to repent for, and let go and cut loose whatever that is, that poison that you keep going back to. Because until you can cut that poison loose, you're going to keep on being where you are and who you are, and you'll never get anywhere greater. And God is calling you to greater. So listen to the God inside of you and not the enemy that's trying to pull you down. All right? I love you. Peace and prosperity to you.